All right, hello and welcome to another session of Fit Essentials. Here is our disclaimer. You're about to engage in an intense physical activity. Proceed with caution. Do not attempt to perform any movements or activity that can exceed your current physical capabilities. Participants with injuries, high blood pressure, chronic health conditions, recent chest pain, or that have any other condition that may limit their ability to participate in this activity should consult their physician or healthcare provider before proceeding. All right, let's go ahead and come to your feet. All right, we're gonna start with 3 nice deep breaths, feet just underneath the hips, toes pointing straight ahead, and just focus on standing nice and tall. So shoulders stacked over the hips, palms in front of the chest. We're gonna breathe in, reach up nice and tall, fill the lungs with air. And exhale, relax the arms down to the side. Very good, 2 more cycles. Breathe in, feel free to close the eyes, just feel your body. Exhale, relax. Fantastic. Once more, breathe and reach. Lifting up out of the spine, out of the hips, out of your neck, and let it all go. Relax down, open those arms back behind. Good job. We're gonna go one hand on the hip and gradually start to twist the body and reach out to the side. Twist and reach. Kind of gently work your body into it. Coordinate your breathing. So as I reach, I'm exhaling. About 1 more or so each side. Very good. From there, we're going to walk the feet in so that they're almost touching, toes pointing straight ahead, lifting up out of the spine, palms on the chest. We're going to go chin towards your chest. This is called our Jefferson curl. Strong in the core, just nice and slow, starting to reach down for the toes, keeping your legs engaged, core engaged. And then when you get to that bottom position, just hold strong. If you're confident there, breathe into your back. 1 nice deep breath into the back of the rib cage. And then when you're ready, we'll start to make our way back up. Tuck the hips under, slowly start to open. Fantastic. Arms heavy at the side, slight bend in the knees. We're gonna move into our gates of heaven. Those arms swing. Here comes Anne. Fantastic. Let's go about another 10 seconds here. Hi, Anne, welcome. Good to see your smile. Fantastic. All right, feel free if you want to balance next to something, a tree, a wall, a doorway, or a chair, lift up out of your hip, and we're just going to gently do some leg swings here. So swing forward, swing back. Engage the glute as your leg swings back behind, and continue to focus to standing up tall out of that support leg. Good. Swing forward, swing back. And when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and switch legs. Again, lifting up out of that hip. You can balance the arms to the side or hang on to something, swinging forward and back. Again, wake up that glute as you swing back. So fire your glute, that's your butt. Fantastic. All right. Hands on the hips. Let's go ahead and circle those hips around. We're going to go 2 to 3 one direction, and then switch 2 to 3 the other. All right. Switch directions when you're ready. Fantastic. And then we're going to repeat that Jefferson curl once more. So walk the feet in, toes straight ahead, standing tall, palms on the thigh, chin to your chest, and then just nice and slow. This is typically about one of the only times we tell you to round your back, and we're just doing it as some like mobility work, waking up the spine. Find your bottom position, see where you're at, kind of take note. Are you below the ankles, above the ankles? Breathing into the back. And then when you're ready, making your way up. Tucking the hips under, staying engaged. Fantastic. All right, go ahead and stand. Let's go your right foot forward. I'm gonna be on the left to mirror you, and your left foot back. Standing nice and tall. Take your hand to the opposite shoulder, so towards your lead leg. We're gonna grab that elbow, and we're gonna rotate our upper body as we shift the hips, shifting that back hip forward, and turn toward your lead leg. So fire that glute of the back leg to help open the front of the hip, and we'll just kind of sink in and out of it between 3 and 5 times. If you've gone on any long car rides recently or spent a good amount of time enjoying some relaxation on the couch, we really want to open up those hip flexors. Very good. And then let's go ahead and switch sides. So your left foot forward, right foot back, hand to the opposite shoulder, stand up nice and tall out of the hip, and then now you're gonna start to shift it forward, engage the glute of that back leg, and rotate towards the front. Remember to connect to your breathing. So I like to exhale as I move into the stretch, especially with rotational work. Get the air out of the lungs, just helps give you a little bit more rotation. Very good, back to center. All right, let's get a little bit more blood flow going. We're gonna move into our step jacks, or you're welcome to go into a jumping jack. Okay, and you can do these a couple of ways, either staying stationary, or you can kind of step, walking both feet to the side. Yep. And then there's always the option of that traditional jumping jack. If you're nice and light on the feet, if it's appropriate for you to jump, helps with the lymph flow in the body. Very good. About 10 more seconds here. Fantastic. All right, go ahead and take it down to either a march or a jog for some high knees if you want faster pace. Otherwise, you want to focus on some good core activation, keeping your hips level. You're also welcome to skip. See some of you taking on a good skip. That's fantastic. Good job. Holding those shoulders back and down. As you lift the knee, lift the toes. All right. We're going to repeat that again, going back to our step jacks or jumping jacks. One more time of each. Nice. So stepping or jumping. Got some nice Colorado sunshine coming out today. It's October 15th today when we're filming this. So enjoying lots of color changes around here. Maybe Monday's class, if the weather's good, we'll try to take you down to the park by the Colorado River. All right, fantastic. And then either the marching high knees, or again, if you want to skip, just doing kind of a quick little blood flow warm up here. Then we'll get some stretching in. And then our first circuit. Fantastic. 15 more seconds. Hip square, breathing. 2, 1, and rest. Take it down to a walk. Feel free to grab your water. All right, we're gonna move into a quad stretch next. If anybody wants to lie down to do this, or if you need a chair to assist, if you're not able to grab that foot, you can repeat that stretch we did in that stagger stance just a few minutes ago. Otherwise, pick a side, stand tall out of the hip, grab the foot. We're gonna hold for 20. Breathing here, gradually trying to work the heel towards the glutes. Very good, couple more seconds. If you need to come out of it, by all means, go ahead and switch when you're ready. Otherwise, here we go, other side. Get that hip in good position. Try to grab that foot, or remember again, if you can't get the foot, you can do that stagger stance, opening the hips there. Or sometimes you can get the foot like up on a bench or a chair to help stretch the front of the thigh. Good job, about another 5 seconds here. Good, and relax. Very nice. We're gonna go ahead and do a couple windmills next. A nice wide base stance, walk those feet out as far as you're comfortable without going into the splits. Give a little bend to the knees, arms out to the side. You're gonna be long in the spine this time. Send the hips back, reach towards the opposite leg. Stand tall, long spine. It's like if you're standing in front of a wall, you can imagine if you're trying to touch your glutes, your hips to the wall, that's what you wanna focus on. Nice long hinging position. Very good. Very good. And then walk the feet in from there. Feel free if you want to grab onto a countertop or a chair. We're going to work our way into a squat. So I'm standing with my feet about hip width apart, slight toe out, and then I can hold on to something here. Or if you're comfortable without that support, just send the hips back, pushing the knees out, keeping the heels planted. and push through your feet and stand tall. Let's go between 3 and 5. Again, sending the hips back. And if you're not quite comfortable going unassisted, squat down to a bench, trying to control that movement all the way through, not dropping in the bottom. Or plopping, as we usually will say, drop into a chair. Good. 1 to 2 more. Work on that depth each time, sinking down as far as your body's gonna allow you. Fantastic. All right, grab another drink of water. We're gonna go through 3 circuits of part 1. You're welcome to do all 3, or if it's been a little while for you, maybe only join us for 2. We're doing a little bit longer intervals. We've been building into this, so if this is your first time joining in a while, maybe work for 30 instead of 45 seconds. We're gonna be doing a squat, 45 seconds of a squat. You can either do unassisted, or if you wanna hold some weight, you can hold it right underneath the chin, or you could hold 2 weights in each side. All right, after we go squatting for 45 seconds, then we'll move into a single arm row, supporting on one hand, rowing up and through, okay? Or you can support on the thigh if you don't have a chair or a table or a bench to support on. And again, same time frame, 45 seconds with 15 seconds between arms. We're just gonna roll through for 3 straight. If there are no questions, we're gonna start in just over 10 seconds. If there are questions, just come off mute and ask away. Squats are first. 3, 2, 1, here we go. I'm gonna be doing that first set unweighted, and I'll gradually add as we go. If you wanna start with weight, by all means, you're welcome to it. And when I'm doing an unweighted squat, you can see I kind of really exaggerate the position of my arms, where I'll reach up as I drop back, just to help encourage that nice tall chest position. Sinking back and stand. Very good. There's our 30-second mark if anybody wants to rest there. Otherwise, hang in there for about another 10 seconds to go. Good job. Nice controlled rhythm. Good. 1 more and up. Fantastic. Single arm row is next. So you can support on the bench. Place the hand, 2, 1, here we go. Elbow nice and high. Keeping your shoulders and hips square. And focus on your support arm as well. Lift up out of that support shoulder. And as always, breathing. So reach forward. Exhale as you pull that elbow nice and high. Good job. Nice smooth breathing. Every rep looks the same. There's our 30-second mark for anyone that wants to work for 30 today. And rest. Fantastic. Go ahead and stand up in between sides, kind of shake it out. 10 seconds till we go to the other side. All right, nice tall chest, long spine, good support, and here we go, elbow high. Pay attention to the legs as well. You should have a slight bend in the knees, not hyperextended. Engaging that midsection. Pulling that shoulder blade in towards the spine. Breathe in to reach forward. Exhale as you pull in. There's 30 seconds. Nice job, almost there. Got 1 more. And rest. Fantastic, that's set 1. If you want a little bit longer break, just take this next round off and join us for set 3. Otherwise, we're gonna go back to those squats in 5. Set the feet about hip width apart, nice tall chest. 2, 1, and here we go. Good straight ahead. And then just depending upon your ability, if you're someone a little bit more experienced, your body's recovered, you're feeling good, you can always move at a little bit faster pace. If you're still learning your body's been a little temperamental with you recently, focus on more control of movement than speed of movement. Fantastic. There's our 30 seconds. Chest tall, heels planted while you still grip your toes down as well. So big toe pushes down, activates the arch of the foot, and rest. Great job, everybody. Right arm row is next. Place the feet about hip width apart if you're doing the support. Just pick a side you want to start on. I'll be on my right side, 2, 1, here we go. Head neutral, chin in, so kind of looking right between your hands. And we don't want to have the shoulders shrugging up towards the ear. So think shoulder blade back and down, elbow pulls high. Rows are really great for our posture. They strengthen our back. Stronger our back, the more upright we're going to stand. Holds our shoulders in good positions. Good, we're at 35 seconds, almost there. And rest. Great job. Shake it out in between arms. And going in 5. Here we go. Get in position for the other side. Flat back, 2, 1, elbow high. Nice job. Breathing consistent. Got a little bit of a sun glare on my clock this morning. That's our 30-second mark. And about 1 more rep, 2, 1, and there's the end of set 2. Let's give a 30-second break this round. Go ahead and grab some water, and then we'll go back to our squats. 1 more set to go. All right, 15 seconds till we go. If you want to add weight, you can, like I did last round, hold 1 weight. This time I'm going to hold 1 in each arm. Place the feet just about hip width apart, slight toe out, 2, 1. Begin when you're ready. This will be the end of our squatting for the day. Got some different movement patterns coming up after this. If you're feeling good and want to push yourself a little bit, go for it. Just make sure you still keep those good mechanics. Heels planted, push through the feet. There's 30 seconds, 15 to go, or call it there. Good job. Nice, and good, ladies, and rest. Rest and rotate. All right, 1 more set of rows. We do have a different style of row later in the hour. Strong in the core, reaching forward, 2, 1, whenever you're ready. All right. Elbow high. And these ones, I mean, squats, okay to go for speed, but I really feel like you get the most benefit, especially at the top position, to kind of pause there. Really focus on pulling that shoulder blade into the spine. You're gonna get more benefit out of speed. Remind those muscles what they're supposed to do. There's our 30-second mark, 15 to go. And 2, 1, shake it out between arms. Nice job. Get this watch where I can see it. All right, standing tall, 1 more set, 2, 1, here we go. I'm gonna lift up out of that support shoulder. And nice wide handprint of that support hand. So splay your fingers, activate the arch of your hand. Just like our feet have arches of our feet, we also have arches of our hand. When we wake those guys up, it helps take some of the pressure off our wrist. Continue to breathe. That's 30 seconds. Almost there. And 2, 1, all done. All right. Got some yard work we're working over, but just let me know if you can't hear me. Go ahead and grab a drink, then we're gonna do a little bit of stretching. We have some core work coming up in the next series. Side planks and tuck-ups that can be done from a chair or on the floor. After we get a little bit of a stretch in, I'm gonna be doing the first set off elevated, and then I'll demonstrate the others from the floor. All right, go ahead and take a seat or sit down. We're gonna go a seated spinal twist. If you're seated in the chair, take the leg across the body, or you can keep them flat and just reach your hand across, whichever you prefer. Sitting tall, rotate, and you can use the hand on the shoulder. We'll use this as a chest opener as well. We'll make about 10 backward circles here. Peer over your shoulder also, so bring the neck into the equation. And breathe, nice deep breaths. Good, when you're ready, same thing other side. Sit tall, pull the leg across. Rotate around, and 10 circles of the elbow. I typically like to rotate the arm backwards to help encourage that shoulder blade to go back and down. And rest there. Very good. If you're on the ground, you can pull both legs into your chest. If you're here in the chair with me, kind of walk your feet out in front of your body. And we're just going to slide the hands down, staying strong in the core, but just get a nice stretch along the back here. And drop your head down as well. And gently breathe, just encouraging that stretch, but not forcing anything. Couple breaths into the back. Exhale, one more time. Breathe and release. Very good. All right, fantastic. So like I said, we're gonna go side planks and tuck ups. So you can either do them on the floor or join me for elevated. I'm gonna do the first round elevated, second and third round down on the floor. We're working for 40 seconds in each position with 20 seconds in between exercises. It's gonna go left side plank, right side plank, and then tuck ups. All right. If there's no questions, we're gonna go in 10. If you don't feel secure to do a single arm plank, you can sub with the double arm or go to a higher surface. So walk into position, and here we go. Holding for upwards of 40. I certainly don't want you to collapse out of this though. So if you need to rest before that 40 seconds, respect that. And as we're holding the plank, we're lifting up out of the shoulder. We're lifting the hips towards the sky, trying to keep our hips and shoulders nice and square. We're utilizing those oblique muscles. Fantastic. That's our 30-second mark. Talked you through most of that one. Breathing and holding. 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. I'm actually going to demo the right side down off the floor just to not have my back to you. So we're going to make our way to the right side. If you're on the floor, make sure you set that elbow well underneath the shoulder. You can be on your knees or on the toes. 2, 1, here we go. What you looking for? Oh, thank you. Good, lifting, holding square. That's a good time. You can just give the eyes a break. Relax your eyes closed. As I start to tilt backwards. It may challenge your balance a little bit more. There's 20 seconds. And the arm can either be elevated, you can rest it on the hip. It's not really a right and wrong. We just want to avoid like that forward rotation. That's 30 seconds. Great job. There you go, ladies. And gents, if there's any gents on the recording. And 2, 1, relax. Very good. 20 seconds of transition. If you are on the floor, the tuck-ups are here, knees up, pushing that lower core, that low back down to not let yourself arch. And or join me in a chair. I'm gonna do the first one from seated. 2, 1, here we go. First phase of this would be one knee at a time, holding the core strong, pulling the knee in towards the chest, cycling side to side, okay? Or depending, I'm in kind of a funky bench here, but if you can support and feel sturdy and can pull both feet up together without tilting off your chair, you could go both feet together. So again, either cycling one leg up at a time or both together. We're all focused not to lift that low back arch, so keep a nice, solid position. There's 30 seconds, 10 to go. Nice. Yep. Those on the floor, bent knees or straight legs to help improve the challenge, and rest. Good job. That's set 1. We're going to do it twice more. 10 seconds till we start. Make adjustments however you need. You go back to the left side, 2, 1. Here we go. Oh, Mr. Sunshine today. Lifting up out of the shoulder, 10 seconds done. Breathe, 20 seconds. Hips and shoulders square. That's 30 seconds. Lift and hold. 2, 1, and 40. Woo! Awesome. Turn it around. Same thing other side. All right, 10 more seconds. You can also do variations of this where if you're like, knees doesn't challenge me, but toes feels too hard, you can start on the toes. Here we go. Begin. And then say you maybe get 20 seconds here and then drop to the knees. That's great. Just meet your body where it's at. There's 10 seconds. Halfway, that's 20. And these are exercises that aren't always exciting to do, but they give our body so much benefit. Building that endurance in our core muscles, that's 30 seconds. Help support our spine and prevent injuries in our back. And 2, 1, there's our 40. Fantastic. Either seated in the chair for tuck-ups or join me on the floor or the ground. Remember here, we're really focused on that low back, no arching. Starting in 5, 2, 1, and begin. And lift the knees and lift the hips, or we can go like a leg lowering, straight legs. Just whatever we want to use to target that lower core, pushing the back flat. And it's normal to feel your core and belly pushing out. It's not the time we want to try to suck it in. That belly is protecting your spine and building some strength. There's our 30-second mark. And 2, 1, done with 2. Very good. If that's the most you've challenged your core in a while, if you want to take round 3 off, just kind of keep your body moving. Otherwise, we're going to be back to that left side in about 5 seconds. Stack the elbow underneath the shoulder, and 2, 1, here we go. Got my setup a little tight today. Last time, speak positively to yourself. 20 seconds. Good, there's 30 seconds. And 2, 1, 40. Awesome. Last plank coming up. Ten seconds till we start. And we have one more circuit after this. We're also going to stretch out our low back after these last 2 core pieces. Stack the elbow under the shoulder. Set your feet, and here we go. Good, Jean. There you go, Sharon. Just gave me a little wave, Ann. Great to have you back. I bet you're missing your puppy dog in the house. Sweet Stella. 20 seconds down. Good, there's 30 seconds. There were 13 Great Dane puppies born in Palisade 2 weeks ago by a family that has a bunch of Great Danes. Those of you that know me know I'm a sucker for Great Dane dogs. 2, 1, rest. Conveniently, Tanya that I live with ran into the owner of the dogs at the grocery store, and he's like, yeah, we have 13 puppies now. Of course, she had to tell me. So, gonna try to go visit them at some point. Told them if they need any help, set those shoulders or sit tall. And last little bit of core work here, or at least isolating the core for some tuck ups. Either in bent knees, or if you want more of a challenge, straight legs. Imagine if you have like a whoopee cushion, if you're on the floor underneath your low back, you want to imagine like pushing the air out of that whoopee cushion. And everybody would blush quite a little bit, right? That's 30 seconds. And 40. Fantastic. If you're seated in the chair, just kind of rock, feet flat on the ground, rock your knees side to side like windshield wipers. If you're here on the floor with me, let's bring the knees up and together and go side to side. Look over the opposite shoulder. And those of you that may be seated, you can also repeat that stretch where you look over your shoulder. Stretch out that low back a little bit here. Very good. And no rush. Whenever you're ready, start to make your way back to your feet. And we're going to do a little bit of an opening for our hip flexors before we move into the next piece. We're going to do that by repeating that stagger stance position and add a little variation with the upper body. So let's have you stand your right foot forward, left foot back. And you don't want to feel like you're on a tightrope. So feet are about hip width apart. And then from there, we're pushing that back hip forward. And your left, the back leg, you're going to raise that arm up in the air. Keep your head tall. And we're going to add a little bit of a tricep stretch as well. If that's too much for you, repeat it with the arm on the shoulder. And we're focused to engage the glute on that left and shift it forward. You can side bend and gradually rotate towards that front leg. Just opening up the whole front side of the body here. Sink into it, rotate out of it. Again, rotate out, and let's go about one more or so. Fantastic. In between sides, let's shake out those arms. Arm swings. Alternate which arm's on top. Shoulder blades back and down. Good, and then from there, nice big circles, opening the front of the chest. Again, alternating which one's on top. And give yourself a reason to smile. We're above ground, the birds are singing, the neighbors are mowing their grass, and we'll make our way to the other side. Stand tall. Remember, again, we can go either to the opposite shoulder or tricep stretch. Reach high. We want to really avoid dropping forward here. Chin in, chest tall, and bending to the side. And you can engage that glute, add the back hip into it, gently shifting forward. You should not have any pinching in that low back though, so if you get any pinching, don't go quite as far. So looking to really open that side body. Good. Shake that out when you're ready. And then we're gonna reach, you can either go hands on the shoulders if overhead is tough, or palms overhead for some just side stretches here. Breathe in to lengthen and exhale as you gently drop to the side. Breathe and exhale. Good job. About one more each side. On the last one, if you want to add a little bit of a rotation looking up towards the sky, feel free. It's essentially like trying to turn your bottom armpit towards the ceiling. Awesome, and shake that out. All right, everybody, our last circuit here is going to be 8 minutes in length. We have a couple of different exercises. I'll quickly move through them, and then you can join me. We have our Renegade Row. You can do it down on the floor with a wide base plank position, elbows high. If you don't have weights that balance there, row without weight, pulling the shoulder high. If you're not quite ready to get on the ground, elevated position here, rowing one elbow to the next. Okay. It's going to be the number 8, 4 on each arm. You get up from that, and then we do 8 either step jacks or 8 jumping jacks. Sorry, 16. 8 on each leg or 16 total. All right, after you finish that, go back to your weights if you have them, or pick them up if you have them. We're going to be doing a deadlift. You can hold the same weights for the Renegade Row if you'd like, one in each hand, sending the hips back, up and down, or you could use one weight and kind of hold it between the legs. You're going to have long spine, bowing forward, engage the glutes and stand. Just go down as far as you're confident and can hold a back posture position. And then our last piece is either weighted or unweighted marching. 8 on each leg. I'll do my best to count, or probably more than likely it'll be a guesstimate. But the whole idea is to take 8 minutes, cycle through those 4 exercises. You can either count on your own or just transition as I transition. Any questions? Go ahead and grab a drink before we start and let me know if there's questions. And per usual, I'll kind of intermix how I demonstrate. I'm going to start from the elevated positions and move towards the floor as the workout goes on. All right. I'm just going to reset the clock. Starting with those Renegade or plank rows. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. Nice and strong in the midline. We're going 4 on each arm, alternating sides. Nice high elbow position. Trying to avoid any shifts of the hips. 4. Good job. After that, we're gonna come to our feet and we have 16 step or jump jacks. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice work. 13, 14, 15, 16. Fantastic. From there, we're going to move into our deadlift. So we want to stand nice and tall. Make sure our spine's in a good position. Send the hips back. Squeeze the glutes and stand tall. Again, long spine, hips send back. We're going for 8 reps here. Breathe as you move. Awesome. About 6. 7. Good. And there's 8. Fantastic. You can change weights or hang on to that same one with or without weight. We're doing our marches next. So nice high knees. About 8 on each side. And then that completes our first circuit. And then whenever you're ready, we go back to that plank row. Just a little over a minute and a half on round 1. Nice and strong. Remember, 4 on each arm. 8 and 16 are our numbers. Good job. Still focus on moving with control, especially on the rows. Just gonna challenge the core. Awesome. After you finish about 8, 4 on each arm, jumping or step jacks. And here we go. Good. Good job. That's about 16 on my end. Deadlifts are next. Come back to your feet, standing tall, long spine. Push through those feet, stand and engage the glutes. Over and down, up with control. Breathe. Over, down, stand. Good job, there you go. Going for 8 reps here. And then we have our marches next. So weighted or unweighted, knees up, toes up. You can go stationary march or just moving around your space like we are here. Watching to keep those hips square. All right. Beautiful, we're just under halfway, 2 rounds in, if you're still moving with me. Let's make our way back to the rows whenever you're ready. So these can be done on the knees as well. Hold nice and strong, elbow high. And you wanna make sure that you're not using the weights that are really circular and will just kind of roll out from under you, so make sure you're secure there. Mine have just a little bit of that flat surface to balance on. And I'm not good at talking and counting. That's about 4 on each side. We'll do one more for good measure. Making our way to our feet next for those jumping jacks or step jacks. All right, either stepping or jumping, 16 total. Nice job, everyone. Awesome. From jump jacks to deadlifts. I'll show with 2 different weights this time. So you can hold 1 in each hand. Stand tall, bow forward, setting the hips back. Squeeze those glutes. Over, down, and up. Nice. I like the milk jugs. That's perfect. Easy way to create weights at home. Save those milk jugs. Or even like if you have like cat litter, you can pick up like dog food bags. And that's probably about 8. Fantastic. Either marching with weights or without. It's always so easy for us to find excuses on reasons not to do things. I'm not excluded in that. We're all human. We all have something that we avoid. Very good. Roughly 8 on each side. And we're 5.5 minutes through our 8-minute circuit. So we've got time for about 1 more nice solid round. So just when you're ready, if you need a longer break, listen to the body, respect yourself. Otherwise, if you're feeling good, here we go. Back to those renegade rows. Knees or toes. When I'm on my toes, I do have my feet placed wider than I normally would for just a traditional plank. I guess it's right about where I put my feet for my push-ups. So we're going 4 on each side, roughly. And then from the planks, renegade rows to our jumping jacks. We're under 2 minutes left to work. Yeah, good job, Sharon. There you go, Jean. There's Ann. Woo! Nice. 14, 15, 16. Good job. Deadlifts are next. If you don't quite feel ready to pick it up, then don't rush it. And say you don't have weights here, you can always do 8 toe touches. You reach down for the floor, squeeze the glutes and stand. So weights give us resistance, but we can still move without it and get some benefit. 8 total, and then you're moving into your marching high knees next. Good job. Get some good breathing going here today. Good. We're under a minute to work. And on the marches, you can hold 2 weights No weights or one here in what we call our goblet position. Not sure where they come up with the goblet, but hey, kind of like the goblins of Halloween. We got lots of witches around the neighborhood. About 8 each leg. We got 30 seconds left. You can either go back to your Renegade rows, or I'm just gonna finish it out with a nice long march here. 20 seconds till we're done. It's all made up. We can change it as we go. You all get benefits. Excellent, Sharon. She's back to her rows. Nice work. Breathing. And 2, 1, and we're all done. Fantastic. Give yourself a round of applause. Celebrate that you showed up, moved your body. High fives virtually. All right, grab some water, please. Keep yourself hydrated. So walk it out, bring the heart rate down, and then we'll finish with a little bit of stretching. All right. I'm going to demo seated if you want to go on the floor. Most of you probably know those stretches from the floor. I'm going to kind of give some attention to our spine today, get some more mobility there, and then open up through the hips. So seated tall, not worried about the shoulder piece this time. If you are in a chair, if you can kind of grab onto the handle or the edge here and just encourage that seated twist. Pulling yourself around. Seated on the floor too, you can pull the knee in. Twists are really good for our body's digestion. Just kind of gets our organs kind of pushed together. When you're ready, kind of switch sides. Helps keep the blood flow going through there. Good, and relax. We're gonna move into our glute stretch next. You'll pull the knee towards the same side shoulder and then bring it across the body. If you're on the floor, you could do this on your back. Breathing. And just depending upon if you feel tension or not, if you don't, I like to kind of just move the leg up and down. Seated, I can even just kind of hook my foot on the opposite foot and then use this opposite foot to kind of pull the body around. Just kind of fishing around. Where do you have tension in there? And then saying hello, but not stretching to where it hurts. Good, let's switch sides. Same idea. Pull it in and across. And again, we're focused more on the glute here than into the spine for the moment. We're not too deep in the hip. Figure 4 is next. Very good. Back to the first side. We're going to work the foot towards the opposite thigh. Sit tall or lay back and pull that leg in. And we're just going to say hello to this hip here. Let's hold this one for 20. Good time to relax the eyes closed. Just kind of start to bring your heart rate down. Shift your nervous system from a state of stress, which exercise intentionally induces stress into our body. And then you can use your breath to try to bring your body or encourage your body into a state of healing. Go ahead and relax and switch sides. It's so easy to spend lots of our days in a state of worry. You turn on the television, there's plenty of reasons that we can find to have concern. And that doesn't really help our body to heal and recover. So it's kind of on our shoulders and our responsibility to take the time to keep perspective and enjoy the little things. Give our body a chance to recover and relax there. Good job. Feet flat on the ground, divide the knees. This is whether you're seated or lying. And we're just going to drop the legs side to side, kind of like windshield wipers. See if you feel any stiffness anywhere. Very good. And then to finish up, if you can, make your way back to your feet, and we're going to head towards the wall, or I'm going to use the trusty tree here for some chest openers. So we're gonna go elbow about shoulder height, inside leg steps forward. You're gonna lean into it and then turn your body away. These are stretches that you wanna do pretty much as often as you brush your teeth. So it's always not a bad idea. You can write yourself a little sticky note, open up your chest, or if you know that you have your own problem areas, then kind of build it into something that you're already doing without fail. Most of us are pretty consistent about at least brushing our teeth without fail. And go ahead and switch sides. Again, elbow about shoulder height. Inside leg steps forward. Just kind of lean gently into it. Feel that stretch in the front of the chest, and then rotate away. Nice deep breaths. And go ahead and relax out of that. Awesome. And then our very last one, we'll set the feet nice and wide. You can grab a towel if you need, or if you can interlace the hands. Pull those shoulders back, extend the elbows, and lifting up. Either stay here or add that forward fold where we get strong in the legs, send the spine or hips back, and falling forward. I like to just kind of rotate when I'm down here. Just use your core and legs to support the back, and then push through the legs and bring yourself back upright. All right, everybody, anything else you want to add in? Otherwise, stay hydrated. Thanks for coming to take care of yourself, and we hope to see you next time.